Hey guys, Yusufas here for another war video. It's been a couple seasons since I've uploaded a war video, but I'm going to try to start up again, and hope you guys like it. So let's go ahead and get started. This is war number 1, season 27, against 211. Now, just to go over, this war has one of the new defender tactics on here. We're going up against high ground. Just go over real quick. It's every 20 seconds the defender gains 1 altitude charge. When the defender has any altitude charges, they will do a burst of 500 energy damage per altitude charge when blocked. While under the effect of altitude charges, the defender gains true accuracy. Altitude charges are unaffected by ability accuracy, and every 10 hits on the attacker's combo meter, remove 1 altitude charge. So I am going up against a couple of these champions under the champion pool. One is Sorcerer Supreme, and I'm also going up against Yellowjacket. Now you guys are going to see high ground. If you take the champ down and you don't take any block damage, high ground really doesn't matter. It doesn't have any impact on me during this war fight. I'm not saying that it won't in the future. I just didn't see much of an impact against this defensive tactic. But anyway, so this is war number 1. For Loki is taking a little bit of a break this war season. We are still aiming to get in Plat 1. And if we can get into Masters, that would still be great, but we are taking a little bit of a hardcore grinding break on this one. I've got 6 fights this war. I'm on lane 2 for section 1, node 5 and 15 against Symbiote Supreme and HitMonkey. Lane 6 in section 2, it's node 28 and 38, Black Widow Deadly Origins and Yellowjacket. And then I have a mini Sorcerer Supreme, and then I also am taking the box, which is Terrax, which I've taken a few times before. So let's get started. Let's see. First one is Symbiote Supreme. This is one of the champions that is affected by the defensive tactic of high ground. I am using my Human Torch, rank 3. I put my flame on for this fight. And you can see, so the high ground doesn't even start impacting you until 20 seconds into the fight. And then he gains an altitude charge, and then you want to avoid taking block damage. And he also does gain true accuracy, which in this fight really doesn't really matter against Human Torch here. So I'm just doing the quick medium, light, mediums, getting my smolders up. You can see he's pretty much melted down to the end, and you can see that high ground really didn't have an impact whatsoever in that fight. HitMonkey, the next fight, going to be using my rank 3 Apocalypse. HitMonkey is not affected by high ground. At the beginning of the Symbiote Supreme fight, I did use a Power Start 1, and that was mostly for this fight. I really hate HitMonkey and I want to get him down as soon as possible. So I did use that Power Start 1 to get to my SP2 as soon as possible. I'm going to bait out his SP1 real quick and evade that. I do have an SP2 expecting to take him down here, but unfortunately it does not work like that. So he does build up to an SP1 and he's up at 1% health. Avoid a heavy, and he's down. So into that fight with 98% health. Really good fight for Apocalypse. And the rest of my fights, I got 4 more fights here. I'm going to use 3 for Cable. So in section 2 against Black Widow Deadly Origins, node 28, that is the Rage node. You can see at my profile pic that I remove all my points out of my offensive tree just so that I didn't proc Rage there, and this is going to be a really simple fight. It's going to be parry heavy, parry heavy, parry heavy. Just using Cable for the beast that he is. So I don't know whether or not, if I had kept any of the points in the offensive tree, whether or not I would have procced Rage, but you'll see in this fight that not a single Rage is procced. So again, it's going to be a parry heavy fight. I don't even know if I even throw any lighter mediums in this fight. You can see that the Degen's already working. She's coming down. No Rage is proccing there. And it's just going to take baiting out an SP1 and launching parry heavies. And the Degen is doing all of the work. And it's nice that Cable can has some regen on him. I don't depend on it, but it is nice that he has it. And Black Widow is down. Alright, so next fight is Yellowjacket. It is another high ground affected fight. Really, the fight doesn't last long enough in order to really make much of a difference. I do load my offensive tree back up with all my points, put suicides on. Cable is a horseman now, so he is immune to bleed, so get some free healing off that. Speed through this clip real quick. Boost up. Oh, and by the way, so for the Blackwood Deadly Origins, even though I did have all the points removed out of the offensive tree, I did have some boosts running already, and that did worry me a little bit, but I was worried for really no reason. I never did proc a rage. So again, Yellowjacket is impacted by high ground as the defensive tactic. So every 20 seconds I have to be aware of him gaining an altitude charge. And because I am using Cable Parry Heavy method, I'm not going to be dealing a whole lot of hits to get rid of those altitude charges. I think he gets up to 2, so 40 seconds into the fight he got to 2. But again, not really an issue. I don't know if this defensive tactic is worth it. Maybe our alliance is going to be trying out some other ones in the upcoming wars, but really wasn't much of anything. So again, parry heavy, degens are working, and he does have an altitude charge right now, so now he has true accuracy, and he is dealing additional energy damage. But again, not much of an issue, so not really impressed by that defensive tactic. Okay, so next is node 54, Sorceress Supreme. So one thing you gotta worry about Sorceress Supreme on this node is she gains a buttload of power. And really the only way that I've been really successful in beating this fight is using invulnerability boost. Now, of course, I'm going for the boss immediately after that, so really I was using the invulnerability boost for this fight and for the Terex fight next. But medium, light, medium, I really don't care about her getting up to an SP3 because I have that invul boost up. Which means I can take 3 SP3s, and I do have Flame On and Guidance on this node, so my alliance mates were nice enough to place the Flame On pre-fight for me, as well as the White Mag's Guidance boost, which is nice to get some little bit extra attack here. But I'm building up my smolders. You can see that she's melting here. She's at 50% now. I've only used one of my indestructible charges. So it's going really well. This fight's going really well. She's up to another SP3. Launch my SP1. She launches her SP3. She's at 16%, and this fight is over. So yeah, so really easy fight. We see a lot of people play Sorceress Supreme. I think even we play Sorceress Supreme on that node, but with a torch and an indestructible boost. Really, it's not much of an issue. All right, so here's the Terex fight. I've taken this Terex fight several times now. It's starting to become rote, so pretty easy. I do make a couple slip-ups here, but I keep my cool and make it through the fight. So I've fully boosted. I've got all my mutant boosts on. I've got the special boosts on, the special refund boosts on. And also they placed Guidance as well as some extra Mr. Fantastic boosts on here too, which helps at the beginning of the fight when I'm able to keep my my heavies up. I whiffed a heavy there. I was able to land that one. I am going to get punished by, I believe, this SP1 coming up here. I don't have my spacing right, and it was a whiff on my part here. So, yep, so my spacing was wrong. I'm up to an SP2. With the Apocalypse Energy, my Incinerates do a little bit extra damage, which is nice. Get more degen on. I whiff another heavy, but I'm not worried. I'm punching into his block to get him up back against his wall. I don't want to be pinned against my wall. That is just disaster. I've died once doing that. Launch another SP2. And I don't believe that I do actually punish an SP1 in this entire fight. I think that the first miss kind of freaked me out. So I'm relying on my parry heavy as well as my intercepts and SP2s to get him down. So I just forget about the SP1 spacing. Okay, good intercept there. SP2. I'm about a minute and a half into the fight. It's going well. I'm trying to bait out this SP1. I am going to get smacked here pretty soon. There we go. It's alright, I'm still at 48% health here. I am taking quite a bit of damage here. I do have 6 armor breaks on me. I'm starting to freak out a little bit. However, I built up to an SP2, do an intercept, launch it, and that's going to be the end of the war for me. So no deaths this war, which is fantastic. Like I said before at the beginning of the video, 4Loki's taking a little bit of a break here in order just to focus on new content, as well as give some of the grinding a big break. For this war season, I'm still going to be pushing. War is my favorite mode in this entire game. So all the subsequent war videos, you're going to see me trying for 0 deaths, as well as minimal items and just great gameplay. So anyway, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be uploading more in the future. Thanks again.